Nick, how many valid signatures will you need to gather to qualify a recall?
Over 150,000 to qualify. I would say we would shoot for about 190,000.
You want him out as quick as possible. How long would this process take?
We would have, from the day we pull papers, should we get everybody on board to do that, 160 days about. I mean, we'd like it to go sooner. We'd like Mr. Street to say, look, I have all these investigations pending from the federal government. I have these trials. I have the district attorney investigating me. It's a big distraction. I'm managing a very sensitive area given what's happened to our last treasurer. I'm stepping down. You'll see that I'm completely innocent of all these charges, and I'll be back. And I'll be back showing you, all of you, how I was innocent, and I'll run again. I pray that he would do that. It appears, however, that he is not going to do that, and that's why we waited today, because we wanted to hear what he had to say yesterday.
But if you feel that his public image has significantly been tainted by just the allegations alone, do you really think that even speaking of a comeback, were he to resign, would be likely, would be possible, that the public would welcome him back? I mean, you're saying on the one hand that, you know, you'd like him to resign and you'd like him to say, I'll be back. But based on what you're saying now, do you really feel that's possible? I mean, what does he have to gain?
Well,
if he feels he's innocent.
Right, sure. And I don't know if I feel like we would like him to come back. I'm just saying he would have the opportunity to come back, and he certainly would have an opportunity to come back with probably some pretty good arguments. So he's not precluded from doing that.
Okay, Nick, so you want the recall to be nonpartisan, but if the recall is successful, whoever fills that position, that could certainly be partisan. I mean, the GOP's going to put up their person, and the Dems might try to put up theirs. I mean, this could ultimately be a partisan thing.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. And that's the democratic process. And
do you have a candidate in mind?
No. No.
That's a good question. How would you reconcile if you had say that these folks respond to your call to action, so you have them all on an executive committee for the recall, yet the different members of the committee are also running their own candidates in the replacement election, which would take place at the same time. I mean, how do you think that would impact the ability to run a coordinated recall campaign when you're kind of working against each other on the replacement side of the ballot?
I think that is obviously one of the challenges, and hopefully, given the fact of the treasurer's position and what we've learned in '94 and what we've learned in 2007, will be a motivating factor for the parties to get together to try to find somebody who's mutually acceptable. And I think that's possible.
How unusual is it for the association to make this kind of a recall attempt?
Never done it before since 1937. First time since 1937. And we didn't do it in 1937, we were just established in 1937.